I think what you do is you try to move him off that number, and you try to convince him that, Dak, for the winning that you've done, we like what you've brought to the table, and we believe in you, but you know and we know we've got to make sure Zeke is part of this because he's even more important in many ways. And we have to make sure the offensive line is good because they're even more important in many ways. And we have to make sure that the defense is better because they have let us down in the past. And we've got to sign Amari Cooper because it's just traded a number 1 draft pick for him. And there's other considerations. If Dak Prescott is hell-bent on getting $30 million a year, it's going to be very hard to say no because you can't really afford to do what Washington did, which was futz around with Kirk Cousins and say, well, he's kind of good, he's kind of not good. We'll franchise him now, we'll franchise him then, but we won't do it then. And eventually you lose him, and then what do you have? You don't have much. You really can't afford to lose Dak Prescott because you don't want to go back into the finding a quarterback, and you found him in the 4th round, which is kind of a luck of the draw thing. So essentially, Dak can call his shot because he knows the Cowboys have to pay it. And Jerry Jones isn't a great negotiator. You know he's just going to give up the money because that's what he does. He loves too much his own guys. He believes too much in his own guys. But what I would do if I'm the Cowboys is try to convince Dak, look, we like your progression. We like where we're going. But you're not at the level yet where by putting you out of the field, we win football games. We've got to surround you with the running back and the offensive line and the wide receiver. And look what happened after you got Amari Cooper. Do you not want Amari Cooper anymore? Because before Amari Cooper, look what it was. After Amari Cooper, look what it could be. Dak, we'd like to keep you around, but we need to have money for other things. And I don't know if Dak wants to listen to that. I would hope that he does. But that's the reality. By virtue of having Tom Brady or Drew Brees or Aaron Rodgers, you win football games. Doesn't matter who they're throwing to. Dak's nowhere near that conversation. So you have to have money for other pieces of the puzzle. But, look, I always say this. It's the cost of doing business in the NFL. You've got to pay market rate for the quarterback. You just have to. If you find one that's a solution, you cannot let that go because you may never get that guy again, and then you are in no man's land like the Buffalo Bills or the Miami Dolphins or the Arizona Cardinals forever.